Well, there is a brand new stadium starting to take shape just across the way, but for now, the action is here at Highmark Stadium in Buffalo, New York. But tonight we begin Week 8 with a good matchup for you here, as it'll be the Bisons of Sacramento taking on the Buffalo Bills. And we are underway in Buffalo. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Alert!
Now a man in for an expanded role in 2023. It's James Cook. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. Got it complete to Khalil Shakir. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25.
And every time you step on a field, coaches are always going to talk about how important tackling is in a ball game. In this one, especially so. You can't allow these guys to break free and get extra yards after contact. But that's exactly what happens here. That can't continue as this game goes on.
Alert! Alert! Alert!
First down, here's the run with Cook. Had a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. And the Bills sitting at 5-2 on the year, and they've been playing well, really well. I mean, winners of 5 of their last 7, but losers last time out.
And it always hurts when you lose a tight game, as they did a week ago. I think each player starts thinking to himself, if I could have played better one play here, one play there, maybe it could have changed this team's fortunes. But it absolutely illustrates how important it is to play a complete game if you want to win in the NFL.
On second down, Cook. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. That one a first down pickup of 8. A couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time. That's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign of the opening drive. Here's Cook again. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Second and 9.
56, 56. Stop.
And now they'll throw with Allen. And this is Cook with the ground. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. The Bills passing game, get him down the field. They've got another first down.
Well, they use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
Up the middle, it's Cook. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be second and 6.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
They'll try the middle with Cook. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up first and goal. The impressive opening drive continues, and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Well, that's not how you hope to draw it up there on first and goal, CD, by taking a sack like that.
Well, they tried to be aggressive, didn't they? They didn't want to try and work their way past the goal line. They wanted it right there on that play. Unfortunately, it backfired against them. Now they have to try and pick it up here moving forward.
Now Allen going to change it up. Gonna give to Cook out of the gun. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, and now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
3rd and goal, and still a long way from the end zone. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. To the air, Allen. That is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. Khalil Shakir with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bills put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. And Tyler Bass on for the extra point attempt. And it's 7-0 Buffalo. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. He'll get that out to the flat to White. And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20. Throwing now is Carr. That'll be taken in downfield by Godwin. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 22 yards there, a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
What now?
They run for the first time here with Rashad White. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Now a play fake. Carr. Forced out to his left. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's White. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 46. They'll go up the middle with White. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. And, Charles, you wonder about this defense coming in. I mean, look, it's no secret they're playing a team that's down on its luck right now. Losers of 5 straight. How does that change how you prepare for a game?
Well, to me, the first thought is you just get after them early, right? Take away any chance of them building any confidence. But the second thing is you prepare a little bit differently. You've got to expect this team to take chances, go for it on 3rd and 4th downs, run a lot of trick plays, anything to try and break their losing streak. So you must stay alert and stay aware.
Play action. Now it's called. Rush coming, and he's taken down. 7th play in this drive coming up. A long way to go on 3rd down. Short throw to the tight end, Thomas. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it'll be 4th down. 4th down, so Jake Camarda is out there. Back deep for Buffalo is Nyheim Hines. And the punt kicks out of bounds, and they will spot it right at the 25-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend. But you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
5 wide, 5 wide, 5 wide. We got play going over here.
Play action. Now it's Allen. That one too wide and incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Logan Hall fighting through and dropping him for the sack.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
He'll take it at the 42. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And they will take over 1st and 10. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They are currently mired in a losing streak. Now they get the short week for the Thursday night game. Do you see that as a potential positive, or is this just more of what has been really a string of bad luck for them?
Well, to me, it comes down to leadership, and leadership's got to spin it into a positive and make it an advantage for them. Yes, we're in a losing streak. Yes, no one thinks we can win, but we have the resources we need right here in this room. Let's go ahead and play better. Let's hang together and shock the world a little bit. Put it all together, they've got a chance of coming out with a W.
On 2nd down, they'll run with White. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Throwing his car on 3rd down. And the ball comes out on the hip, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to roll that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. Just 21 yards on the punt there. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession in the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
56.
Allen. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The big Vita Vea pushing his way through to wind up with a sack.
I don't know about you, but if I'm the offensive line coach right now, I'm having an absolute fit. This team that they're going against has 3 sacks, yet they rank dead last in the league in sacks coming into this game.
Maybe overlooked them a little bit?
Could be. I don't know if it's the scheme. I don't know if they've just gotten fortunate along the way. I have no real great answer for it, but we're seeing something you don't often see.
Half. Half 10. Middle. Look out.
Throwing is Allen on third. And he is caught. He's got a first and maybe more. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Khalil Shakir with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Bills go up by 2 touchdowns. What a first half he is compiling here. He's already over 100 yards receiving and now 2 touchdowns, CD.
Brandon, you know I don't like to play the game where you start projecting when you're at a certain point. But let's face it, he's off to a tremendous start. So 200 yards, 4 touchdowns. I don't think anything's out of the question right now. He's blowing up coverages. You've got to double him every snap. Otherwise, he's going to defeat you on almost every play.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your...
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Teron Johnson able to pick it, and his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
And he's down into the red zone at the 15 after a gain of 15. 1st and 10. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Diggs going in motion right. Now the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game.
5 wide.
Cook following the penalty. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there forcing a loss on that play.
To throw, it's Allen. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far, because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Setting up the screen for Cook. And he'll go down at the 28. Yeah, that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it. So on comes the field goal unit. He's going to need a little mustard on this one. It'll be a 51-yard attempt. The kick by pass is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. 1 second, all that remains. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And they're able to get this one across the 35. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. A very one-sided first half. 17-0 our score as we get going in quarter number 3. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive. But maybe cut into it a little bit, as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
Now Carr shifting his guys around a bit. First down, here's White. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Here's Carr to throw. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. On 2nd down, here's Carr. A quick throw there is incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line.
Well, I think everyone who's watching was certainly hoping to see things get a little bit better for them in this half, but it was a downright miserable first half that's carried over with an interception to begin the second half. That's a defeated offense right there, and there's still a lot of game left. I don't think that's the last turnover we're going to see today, partner.
So after the INT, it's Allen. He will find Diggs in the end zone. Touchdown, Buffalo. Stephon Diggs. 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Bills are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. An extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead is now 24. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. This will be returned from deep in the end zone.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions. Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Carr's throw complete to Otten. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His second catch in a row, first down. Now Carr. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Now Carr changing the formation. Back to throw again. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else. And now it's 3rd and 10. And they're going to speed things up here. Now they'll change things up. To throw his Carr. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Get down!
To throw, it's Carr. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Down several scores and playing behind the chains is not the way to have success in this one. Right now, if you're the offensive line, your big concern, protecting your quarterback, give him a chance to try and throw something downfield to pick up the needed yardage.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From midfield, here's Carr. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 22-yard line. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. Carr. He completes it right side to White. Breaks through the contact. Touchdown. Rashad White. A 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Bisons go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. So that, Charles, their first score of the ball game, obviously, coming here in the 3rd quarter. Is that going to be enough to energize the troops?
It's a great question, and we'll wait to see the answer, but it's finally something for them to build on. Now they know that they can actually score against that defense.
So now here's Derek Carr leading his guys up to go for 2. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone. And that cuts the lead a bit further. Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure, but that makes it a two-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the two-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready, because you may need multiples to throw out a ball game. There's a great example right there.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Hines opting not to risk it, and this will come out to the 25. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Hey, home. Half 85, middle. Let's go.
Here's Allen. And Cook has it left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Now Allen. He's got the hook up with Diggs. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. James Cook with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bills are closing in on a 6-2 start as they extend this 4th quarter advantage. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 23. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Here comes the return from the very back of the end zone.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
What now?
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. That's again complete to Palmer. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Now Carr, got to have this one. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The 4th down pass play doesn't work out. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. Allen now looks to throw. Touchdown, Bills. Dalton Kincaid with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Bills look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up the secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
Now this is going to be returned from the back line of the end zone.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. And they're going to get this all the way out past the 20. 55 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. They go right back to White here on 1st down. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. They keep it on the ground. White again. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. From the gun now on 3rd down. Carr. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. That is incomplete. The 4th down pass play doesn't work out. And the Bills are going to take over in excellent field position. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down of this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a third situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Alert, alert, alert.
Now Allen. They will find Davis. That's complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And Charles, of interest here, that last throw is going to put him over 20,000 yards passing for his career, and that's not a bad number.
You're exactly right about that, and even though it's nowhere near the top of the leaderboard, because when you think about it, Brady and Breeze, they've done that 4 times over. But when you hit 20,000, let's face it, only a little over 100 guys have ever done that in the NFL. It's worthy of some applause.
So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd and goal now as they look to add a few more points here onto their total. Allen. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left.
And that's all about recognition right there, because he's got to go from pass rush mode to pursuit mode, what defensive line coaches like to call retracing. And he's able to retreat and make the tackle for just a short gain.
Allen now on 3rd and goal. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Here comes the return from the very back of the end zone. And he'll be out of bounds.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. But we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Going right side is White. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 64 yards rushing for him now to this point. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing, because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
Great 15-yard effort on the ground there on 3rd down to keep the drive going.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. Here's 2nd and 10. They fake the handoff. Now Carr. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here. 3rd and 10. Now Carr. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Carr. Escaping the pressure right. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it'll be a turnover on downs. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. So Allen's going to look to throw. It's complete to Diggs. Unable to They corral him. He fights through. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Here's Allen to throw it. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jamal Dean. And he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches, be honest, don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Carr to throw on 2nd down. Now a diving effort right sideline. He's got it. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains. Well, this was a blowout supported by both sides of the ball today, Charles. It would be easy to look at the offense and say, man, they were clicking, and they were, but don't forget about the effort by this defense as well.